As usual. Well, you're going to take a drink when
Yes.
the video has already started.
That's okay. They don't need to know that.
But they know that. They're watching it right now.
They only watch that because of the amazing editing that's going on in the background. Or foreground.
But it will go on in the background, future tense, because I haven't done it yet because we're actually talking right now.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I like your shirt.
Thank you. It says, Gadoli.
Can you not read backwards?
God damn, actually.
Gnitlada.
Good.
Ooh, I did that.
Gnitlada.
Gnitlada.
Whatever.
That's adulting. Backwards.
Sim.
But you only have one star on your shirt. So what does that mean? Does it mean that you're not adulting?
Would not recommend. Wait, hold on. Would not recommend.
Would not recommend adulting?
Well, in the context of now.
Oh my God. Dude!
Really?
That's actually pretty good.
Thank you.
Over the top, but pretty good. All right, hey, y'all. If you've already seen the title on this, you know what it's about. It's about adulting. Being an adult. Because most of the people we meet in our lives don't freaking act like adults. And when I say most, I mean, like, what's the percentage?
99.9.
Wow, is that high?
It is. Just like all the germs.
Oh, the antiseptic thing.
Yeah.
It took me a while.
Thank
Okay,
you.
that's good. That was actually good.
Thank you.
Sorry it took me so long. Anyway, so as you know, we don't talk about these subjects before we come in so that it can be fresh. And at the end of the show, this whole channel is about individual rights, getting our rights back, getting our freedoms back. So we're going to connect adulting to individual rights at the end.
And lucky for you guys, today we have this special video announcement of how to get back to adulting the right way. So there'd be 5 stars instead of 1.
What's the announcement?
Oh, that was the announcement. This video's the announcement.
Oh.
This video. Hey, congratulations! You're welcome.
But you said there was a special announcement. I thought there was a special announcement.
there is-
in the announcement.
There is actually a special announcement. We will be making another video after this.
Oh. Wow, boy. I bet that blew people away, man. I bet that blew people
I
away.
know.
It's like, oh my God.
Can't believe it. They're making videos. So, allow me to lead it off. Everybody knows that I talk the most. So, essentially what we're talking about, or what adulting is, where.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. Sorry, but it's about personal responsibility, and we did talk about this just a second before we started the video, but as of now, the whole point of this shirt, in the way it's funny, right? Everything is so funny that being an adult is not fun. Well, I disagree. I think being an adult is probably some of the best time that I've ever had in my entire life. Is because of the responsibility that I'm able to have, that I'm able to carry forward, that I feel responsible, and this is not something that's shared throughout society as of right now. Is that it's not cool, it's not considered fun any longer to be responsible. To have these responsibilities, to have these bills that you get pay, these decisions you get to make on a daily basis, that you don't have other people lording over you in order to make an environment that you don't like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that word responsible has gotten a bad reputation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you have to be responsible before you can have fun. The one thing that I've talked about before is that if you're going to go on a vacation to like the beach or whatever 400 miles away, what do you do before you take off? You get everything ready. You organize everything. You put everything you're going to need into your luggage. You figure out how you're going to get there, what you're going to do. You get everything planned out. What is that called? It's called being responsible about your vacation. Why? So you can have a shit ton of fun once you get there. Because now you don't have to worry about it. You know you got your toothbrush, even though I don't brush my teeth. Okay, that's another story. I probably shouldn't have said that. That's going to freak people out. Yeah. I don't brush my teeth. Okay, I don't know why. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Probably not.
That's probably going to freak people the fuck out. Okay, I don't put a toothbrush in my baggage, but everything else I do put in there. But anyway, so I mean, the whole thing is you be responsible. And if we're responsible about our lives, also the same thing. We organize it so that you can have your carefree times, so that everything is going the way you want in your life, and it's carefree. So, but it's not just about organizing our own lives. Because we live in a society, we also need to be responsible about government. And that is have our freedoms, allow other people to have their freedoms. So one of the things that we really wanted to talk about on this is we need to be adults in the sense of having an adult sort of administration on our lives, protection on our lives, government on our lives. And that is get rid of all the welfare programs, get the government out of the business of our individual lives.
And then pull all these talks back to where they need to be, where to the scientific information of what damage if we're having to planets and all of these other very interesting topics like the solar systems or whatever the case may be, and take it away from the fact that people are demanding that somebody else pay for their college degree. That they themselves were able to sign off for, go to 4 years, 8 years, however long they went to college for. Stop demanding that other people pay for their health care. Stop demanding that other people pay for their food, for their existence.
Yeah.
Other people are not here on this earth. We are not put here on this planet in order to ensure that other people survive. We're here on this planet to ensure we survive. And taking that personality, the personal responsibility, and bringing it back down to yourself, bringing it back to who you are, your own individualist.
Yeah, and just keep
self.
Yeah, individualist.
Yeah, no, I was like, Hey, that one didn't ring true with me. I was like, individualist. No.
But it was funny. But no, I mean, it is true. I mean, if we don't know how to set up the right government, if we don't know what our rights are, then we end up interfering with other people's rights. And it's being responsible. It's being an adult. Maybe we ought to redefine what it is to be an adult. And because, frankly, most of the people, as we said at the beginning, most of the people, unfortunately, who are over the age of 18 are not adults in the sense that they don't run their own lives very well in their own families or friends and out there in the public. And they insist that the government should interfere with other people's lives. Both the furry left and the right do this. The right is against abortion, and that is interfering with women's lives. The left is all for welfare programs, the right a little bit also, but those programs steal money from Americans and give it to somebody else. So both of those are not adult ways to look at reality.
Yeah, they're not holding personal responsibility. They're not holding it personally accountable.
Yeah,
and what they're doing is they're
personal accountability is a very good way to put it. Also, that's adulting.
Yeah. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to inject themselves, or they're trying to inject a higher power of some form into their own life, into other people's lives, in order to ensure that their own values are now reflected on other people. They're essentially trying to force their own values on other people.
Yeah. And I mean, we've already said before that we like conservatives a whole lot more than the furries over on the left.
Yes. But they definitely miss the mark.
They do.
Hardcore sometimes.
Yeah. And in fact, we've talked about many times that on our show, if we change any of y'all's minds, it's going to be your conservatives. Because you guys at least have some rationality, have some brains between your ears.
And when we talk about things that you don't like, you immediately shut down the conversation.
Yeah, we hope you don't.
Yeah, well,
because
it's true.
Yeah, because, I mean, religion is not adulting. Religion is passing off the baton, the rational baton, to somebody else.
There you are, giving something over to another higher power. Stop with that shit.
And it causes y'all to make mistakes on the whole abortion thing. Now, our next video after this is going to be on abortion.
Special announcement.
So you did get it.
Yeah.
So that's part of what we're talking about is that adulting part. And during the COVID crisis, one thing that kept hitting me was that so many people were giving me a nasty look because I wasn't wearing a mask. And I felt like they were going to call the police on me.
Yes.
Why?
Nazi Germany style.
No shit. I mean, why don't you be a fucking adult about this? If you want to wear a mask, wear a goddamn mask.
And if you can't handle the idea that there's some sort of disease or infectious disease that's out there going, they have Walmart.com online. You didn't have to go into the store in the first place. You were an adult and made that decision to put that mask on to go in there, understanding that other people can make that decision to not.
Yeah.
But no, instead you cried, "Please, police, point your gun at this man and make him put this mask on."
Yeah. So the adult way to look at that, the adult way to look at society is individual rights. And this, again, is why we're doing this channel. Is if you don't have an understanding of what rights are, And as we said before, 100% ownership over your body, your mind, your property, your money, and all the actions you take with those things. 100%. Not 80%. 100%. If you don't have that idea about yourself and everybody else around you in America and society around the world, then you're going to want to interfere with them. And that is not adulting. Adulting is understanding what your rights are and insisting that the government stay the fuck out of your life and everybody else's life.
Yes.
During the COVID crisis, on taxation, which is theft, as we've said before, it is not adulting to think that taxation is okay. They say that there are two things that are always a surety in life: death and taxes. Yeah. No, one of those is death. Yeah. Except the religious people try to pretend that that's not a finality. It is. You're not going anywhere after you die, except back into the earth.
Worm dirt.
That's it. So it's adulting to understand that, to deal with that, to deal with the finality of life.
And then move forward, because the world is actually really fun.
It is. And it's temporary. I mean, all the world's a stage.
And we're just players in it?
Yeah, we're just players. Rounded with a sleep. Nothing beforehand, death afterwards. Thank you, Shakespeare.
Thank you, Billy. Very nice of you.
Thank you, Billy. Billy W.
Oh, Billy.
So, but that's adulting.
Yes.
I mean, to look at the temporal nature of life and to get rid of religion, to look at women's bodies, which I really like to do, and say they've got a right to that body and anything inside that body.
100%. Just as much as you have a right to not get a jab into your arm, they have a right to decide what to do with their body exactly the same. You trying to put definitions or anything on their body is already wrong. Just the fuck test. Does it fuck with me? Does it fuck with somebody else? If you say yes to either one of those two things, bad.
The fuck test. No shit. And the same thing with everything else. I mean, just as an example, national parks, so-called. Why is the government in charge of 1/3 of the land in the United States? And they say they call these places preserves. What they mean is preserved from humans, from us, from our right to own part of that land or go to that land.
Yeah.
They want to keep us humans away from 1/3 of the land. It is not adulting to say that's okay.
Who gave them that dirt? Just out of curiosity.
No shit.
Where did their dirt come from?
No shit. And the same thing with welfare programs or Social Security.
Or so the fact that somebody was born on the South dirt and they want to come to the North dirt, and everybody's like, no, they're going to take our jobs. Good, I want them to take our jobs.
Yeah, immigration. Same thing with that. The adulting way to look at immigration is through individual rights. The same thing with all these other ones. National parks violate our rights to keep our money, not have to pay for these things, and it violates our rights to go and purchase that land.
Yeah, and everybody's going to use the scare tactic. Oh, but if you let them in, or if you do this, or if you do that, then it's dangerous. Something bad's going to happen. Yeah, well, Ben Franklin said, if you trade freedom for security, you deserve neither.
You did that whole thing just so you could use that quote, didn't you?
I did. Ben Franklin, pretty smart guy.
That's a good quote.
Yeah, I love that one.
But the same thing. So the adulting in this that we're doing in this video is connected to your understanding, to our understanding of individual rights. If we don't understand what those are, we're going to go off the reservation. So when the Supreme Court did this thing on Roe v. Wade, overturned it, and we're going to talk about that in the next video. But when they did that, people went absolutely fucking nuts on both sides of the equation.
Yep.
Because they don't understand that it is not the government's job to tell women what they can and can't do with the insides of their bodies.
And people need to stop.
So the adult thing to say is, glad that the Supreme Court got out of the way.
Yeah.
Now we need to maybe pass an amendment saying women have a right to their goddamn bodies. That's it.
And it needs to be ratified.
Yeah. So that's the adult way to look at it.
We don't even have to stop at women. We as the people.
Yeah.
People have a right to their bodies. Because this was a discussion during the COVID crisis.
Yeah, exactly. The thing that bothers me, like with conservatives, is the thing that Damon and I agree with the conservatives wholeheartedly on, and that is we have a right to our guns.
Yes.
But then the conservatives go, we have a right to our guns, but women don't have a right to their bodies.
We have a right to kill somebody if they're coming into our house and trying to take our stuff, but women don't have a right to their bodies.
Yeah. And you have a right to your money, but you don't. But I'm talking to you conservatives right now because the furry left isn't going to pay attention to us anyway. I mean, they're going to watch us just to get mad, which I think a few people in the comments have already done. Like, motherfuckers, So but the same thing with money. I mean, it's your money. I mean, when are you going to start being an adult? Seriously.
Yeah.
And say, this is my damn money that I earned. Stay the fuck away from my money, furry politicians. So that's the adulting. Yeah, this is the adulting we're talking about. I mean, we need to start acting like adults instead of toddlers. Seriously. And start demanding our hegemony, our territory right here. This is ours. And the adult thing to do is say that, understand that, and get the government the fuck out of our lives.
And I don't even think we have to connect this down to individual rights because we've been hitting the individual rights the entire video.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Wow. There we go. I got to remember where the frame is on the movie.
Sort of mesmerized me there with that. Could you do that again?
Wow. There we go. Wow. There we go. Wow. There we go. And I'm going to talk to some of the furry left too. In the words of Crunk, squeak, squeaker, squeaking.
I think they understood that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's be adults and demand our freedoms. Right, Damon?
Hoorah.
Bam. All right. Catch y'all next time.